Hey guys, Philosopher here, and today I am going back into Node 1. I showed the first attempt on the last video. We're going to try more here. We'll see how it goes. If I need to, if we have problems with my team, we will bring in some more city characters, but let's see how we do. All right. If you missed the last video, you can see this this text here. I always do this in 2x speed. So there's some changes you can see here. Clearly the Winter Soldiers, look at that. They generate all sorts of crits. Wow. All right, let's see here. Wow, gain war ready. Wow. All right. It's going to be interesting. Brutal. One thing that, I've already been kind of upset at how this particular race has gone off. But if this ends up being one where it's all just about how quickly you're coring through the nodes, that's going to be disappointing. But let's just see. It's not the approach that has worked in years past, at least for DD4. But it might be what we end up doing here because of how Scopely screwed this thing up. Captain Sam is more than holding his own. One thing I found from DD4 is that having lots of extra bodies on the field helps. That was the part of the idea here with Maria Hill. Okay, let's try this here. I'd like to get these Winter Soldiers are brutal. They're the ones I'd like to get down the most. All right, so far so good. Seems like it's going better than my first attempt. All right, so let's see. I'm just curious here at these Winter Soldiers. I don't know. It seems like they're doing some special assist thing. Getting some good immunity here. Yeah, I hate these Winter Soldiers. Of course, the Dad Bros aren't so great either. Interesting. Trying to clear off the offense up on long shot, not really working all that well. Yeah, I'm going to do this even though I don't really need it right now, just to get rid of all this crap, get rid of all these extra enemies on the field. I figured that would be helpful. Top everyone off. Okay. So far, so good. So there's no timer on this. So one thing that sometimes confuses people is it's not a race in the sense that you're trying to like do stuff faster, click buttons faster. At least it shouldn't be. If Scopely really made it that way, then this is a real, like, they really screwed up here. While they definitely, the Winter Soldiers at least have low health, it seems like you need to go for them early here. Just learning, I mean, they appear to be like shield troopers. They're like attacking all the time. Also, seems like Multiple Man's going quite a bit. This is very challenging. But if people are clearing on one-shotting on day one, then it can't be that hard. So we just gotta, yeah, it looks like Winter Soldier's a little squishy, so. All right, there we go. Get the Captain Sam action going. Seems like you actually want to go for the Winter Soldiers early. They're putting out, what the problem is not as much the damage that they're throwing out, as much as the fact that they're feeding like turn meter and so forth to the Dad Bros. There we go. They're getting crits. And that's getting the X factor going. Multiple Man is certainly an annoyance as well. One nice thing about having Captain Sam is he does give a lot of turn meter because of the dupes. If they stay alive like that one did. All right, we're going after the Winter Soldiers. Counterintuitive, ordinarily what you wouldn't do, but these characters do have different abilities here, clearly. So far, so good, though. We're getting through. We haven't lost a character. And the team is this is a pretty cheap team that I've got here, to put it mildly. Okay. Now we've got that done. Let's go for long shot. He is the engine usually that gets them going. He's the one who feeds the turn meter to the X Factor. Let's see if we can get him down. He seems pretty tough. But this is good. It looks like we're getting a hold of this wave. I'm glad that I restarted. So if you watched the first video, you saw that I lost Maria Hill. So I restarted and I lost nothing. I got to start over by doing that. And here we go. I might as well do this and get offense up on everybody at least. There you go. Whew. Yeah, and we'll heal up everyone. And then we got him taunting up again. This isn't, an ideal team. People I know, what you might be thinking as you watch this is like, well, why didn't you just bring in like Omega Red? And the answer is because he's in the last section, and I would not have clicked Adam Warlock unless it was a total misclick, because you're not going to need those characters right now. All right, let's get rid of Shatterstar. I really don't like Shatterstar. Because he's making everything else harder to kill. So far, so good. The problem is if it's so easy to get through these nodes, and I'm going to get through them in the first day, then not having the miasma is going to really hurt me here. But that is sort of Scopely's plan. I mean, I think Scopely makes it so that you can misclick very easily. They don't have any undo button. They don't have any confirmation button because they make money, right? People feel inclined to wail like I tried to do with miasma a little earlier. So now what you do is use this opportunity to reset your cooldowns. You just use basics. We got him stunned. And we're going to get everybody's abilities Totally recharged. Okay, we got a bunch of dupes out here, so we may need to deal with that at some point, but for right now, I'm pretty happy just letting him take a lot of hits. Okay. All right, let's just do this because I don't want the dupes to, like, you know, help him stay alive in some way. What does he have? What debuff does he have on him? Just a ton of bleeds. So we're going to save that. There we go. I mean, he should. There you go. So there. Now we're done. But all my characters are healed. One thing I should have done is I probably should have summoned. But you see, everyone's got their abilities. Okay, so what we got here is Black Widow, Captain America, 3 Thors, and a Loki. Okay. I'm going to do this here. You don't want her to speed up everyone. So I'm being told by somebody that Loki's not going to use his special. One thing is on this... I don't know. I'm not really learning much from that. The goal here is entirely just to keep her from speeding up the team. One thing that people underestimate is how much and how important turn meter is, and those speed ups mean that their team gains turns 50% faster. All right. All right, I like that. It's interesting that they don't seem like they're gaining charges when I attack Captain America for some reason, which is interesting. Seems like he's only getting charges when I attack Loki. And that, very interesting. So the abilities are a little different. You have to really pay attention. Very interesting, huh? I'm going after Captain America because I figure he could be really annoying. He does feed ability energy to the others. And might as well just get him down so I'm not stuck behind a taunt. I also figured there, you can see that I don't need to really worry about him being under stealth either. I think this budget team is actually doing pretty well. I mean, certainly on the first node, like, I don't really think that a team that cost a lot more gear was going to do much better. This is a pretty cheap team when it came to gear, which is not what I suggest you do if you're just playing your account normally. This is purely for racing purposes, okay? I'm not telling you to bring these characters in. I already talked about the reason that I did that, and part of that was because of a misclick, which, of course, Scopely's not going to help you out on. The customer service reps, you saw the message, is pretty brutal. All right. All right. It's interesting. These stuns are a little bit problematic, but not that much, right? I actually think it's a pretty easy wave. I wonder if the issue is just that they've made maybe they've made DD5 a little too easy. If that's the case, then I suppose taking the budget approach for this is actually not going to be so bad. I guess we'll see. So attacking the Thors built up charges, of course, in the other Thors. But now I got to attack Loki because it's interesting. Obviously, Maria Hill's really healing herself and Sam quite a bit. Sabretooth's very sturdy. All right, let's stun these Thors because they're really annoying. That's the main source of my debuffs in these first nodes is Adam Warlock, the character, ironically, of course, that I mistakenly brought in. He's a good character, but I think for racing purposes, he's not an ideal choice, even if he was not going to be an ideal choice. I'll just leave him at that. One thing I see some of you guys, some of the people who are watching this live are like, man, this is boring. Well, this is racing DD5. If you think this is boring, now you know. Don't ever try to do this. Because there's gonna be just a lot of this. This is what racing in DD5 is about. It is going through methodically, trying to get your team to have a best possible attempt. Like, I'm keeping this attempt no matter what because I've already gotten half the node down and I just want to keep going here. But yeah, I mean that's what this is all about. Okay, it's purely about chipping away at a node, and that's kind of what DD5 is about. It's resource management and then getting good attacks in these nodes, and that's basically what it's about. Yeah. So some people are telling me like, hey, there's already players who are like half the way through. It's only been open for 2.5 hours. If basically the way that Scopely made this is that you could easily buy enough gear to get through, and players end up finishing DD5 in like 5 hours when it opens, then this is a really stupid race, and it is what it is. I mean, then by spending an hour with my fiance's family or whatever, then I missed out, and I'm okay with that. Like, it's a stupid game. But I don't think that's going to be the case. It could be. All right, last wave. All right, we got special costumes on the Cyclops. Yeah, I've maxed out all the abilities on my characters. Going into this, the Sabretooth didn't, and I just did that before I entered. So everything's got maxed out T4s. Interesting, huh? Okay, we got those abilities from I mean, I think using the Secret Avengers has been a little bit boring, but it's done fairly well. And I thought there was a chance that I wouldn't enter City before 11 o'clock when things reset, but that if that happens, then we'll deal with it. All right. One problem with this team, the way it's constructed, it's not constructed to be a perfect team. It's just constructed to get me through these early nodes, is that it doesn't really have good debuffs that Anti-Venom can copy, but whatever. Yeah, I think I need to just use these ability blocks, get those disrupteds out. Yeah, and just use this for its heal, not wait for debuffs. Because there aren't enough debuffs here to matter. Or they're getting resisted, one or the other. Oh, did I finally lose a character? Looks like it. I lost. Who did I lose? Oh, Anti-Venom. Okay. No big deal. We're going to keep plowing through this node. If I don't one-shot it, it's not the end of the world. You don't get extra points for one-shotting the nodes. We're just going to keep going through. A lot of the taunt ability there. What is that? Is special? Well, that was a good time for this to pop. We got the ultimate Captain Sam. All right, I'm trying to take down the Cyclops. His ability is a little annoying because it causes the enemy to focus fire, which I don't like. All right, we got the Cyclops down. All right. All right. Jeez. It's going to take a while just to get through. Part of the issue is my main damage dealers here are going to be, Captain Sam and Adam Warlock are not really damage dealers. I mean, Sabretooth is sort of he's a damage dealer, but it's just not a super damaging composition. I need to take down this Captain America. He's almost dead. People are asking me how annoying is the DD5 race. But it's been pretty annoying. The whole way it was set up by Scopely was really stupid. But it is what it is. All right. All right, Maria Hill's down. It's not looking good. It's looking like I'm not going to one-shot this node. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. because this is far from an ideal team, and you don't get anything special for one-shotting, so we'll end up two-shotting it or whatever we do. But yeah. All right. People are asking me why I'm not bringing in Kestrel. That's the third node. Or the third section. I'm not bringing in cosmic characters yet. Yeah, you guys don't understand what I'm trying to accomplish here. We don't know what we're bringing for City yet. People are asking me that. What am I bringing in for City? I don't know yet, which is why I didn't bring in City characters here. I am short 2 miasma because I misclicked and equipped Adam Warlock, which probably screws me over for the race, and that's okay. I mean, I just accept that that's what it is, and I'm trudging forward to make content anyway. So if you missed my initial video about the race, now you understand. So what happened? This is not some clever strategy that I thought Adam Warlock was the best character. This isn't even about the best characters. This is about managing your gear so you can get through as quickly as possible. And that would usually mean bringing in city characters first, because that's the first section. But I misclicked, and so I'm short on miasma. And so I decided, okay, well, let's see if I can hold off on making a final decision about City until I get through these first sections. That was what I'm doing here. Well, the good news is for all you guys, one-shotting the nodes doesn't get you anything extra. It's not like you get a special prize. You don't get any extra gear. You don't get like a second Dormammu in your account. It doesn't mean anything. And just for the 100th time, and I'm saying this not for you, those of you watching the video, but saying this to people on my stream. The purpose here is not to create the best team. The purpose is to create a team of characters that are so cheap in gear that I would feel fine bringing them regardless of what I do in City. That is what I'm trying to accomplish here. This has nothing to do with picking the best team. If you're looking for entertainment value, like you're looking for the most exciting thing to watch, then my suggestion is that you're going to have to watch something different, because that's not how racing the Dark Dimension is. Racing Dark Dimension is really, it's a chipping away at something. At least that's how it's been in past years. If this time it's just, it's not that way, so be it. That's how it's been in past years. Okay. Here we go. Now we'll try to work on this Captain America, if we can. Hopefully my Captain Sam doesn't die. I fortunately have a bunch of other characters to distract the enemies. A lot of low health characters, form of shield troopers. There we go. All right. All right, finally. So Captain America fell over. And just so people understand, if a character dies, it doesn't really matter. all that means is I have to res them for the next node. It's like a raid. I mean, yes, it sucks when your character dies in a raid, but it's not the end of the world. I'm purposely leaving the Groots to the end. The goal here is to kill the Sabertooths because they're damagers, and then use the opportunity to reset my cooldowns for the next node. That's what we're trying to accomplish here. All right, solve that problem. The point here is for us to have fun and do the best we can in the race. All right. All right. Thanks. Yeah, that's the point here. One thing that's interesting, I definitely have had a lot of people last time when I raced DD4 asking me why I didn't bring in even cheaper characters. Like the question was, Philosopher, why didn't you bring in Shield Trooper? He doesn't cost any mini uniques. This time, the questions I get are like, why didn't you bring in Infinity Watch for the first 2-3 nodes? Why didn't you bring in Kestrel? And Racing Dark Dimension is definitely a balance between gear and bringing characters that do all the nodes. You need to have characters that can get through the nodes, but they're not necessarily going to be the best characters because the best characters often cost a lot. So I would love to be bringing in Doctor Doom on these first nodes, but it's very expensive. All right, so this what you do here. This is when you get it down to 1 or 2 characters. You try to make it characters that aren't going to kill you. Okay, the Groot is just as purely a support character, and you just use your basics. We can we auto basic here? Let's just auto basic. We get it down. And that's it. We'll be ready to go for the next node. Yeah, I think at this point we're going to put, we could put this into X3 as well. All right, people are telling me that because I started this an hour and a half late and I'm recording videos that maybe I'm going to have to just rush through nodes and then people are literally just plowing through nodes. So If that's the case, we'll do it. It's never been how Dark Dimension Racing has been, but if it is, then we'll do it. All right. So if you've been watching this video, you see me get through node 1. It took 2 attacks, not 1. Not the end of the world. Not an ideal team. All about saving gear and dealing with the misclick of Adam Morlock. All right? If you like this video, smash that like button. Subscribe to this channel. If you got comments or questions, you want to make fun of me or attack me, you can do that in the comments below. You can also go to my Discord, and that is linked below as well. You can go to my Twitch stream. So where I do this stuff live. The people I'm responding to during the video are all at the Twitch stream. That's linked below as well.